Okay, we got Mr.Cat playing Zawan in the purple versus Saykoya playing Sedge in the yellow. And we're seeing Gilgamesh for game one. But typically what we've been seeing so far is people wanting to play Headlands every game one, just because it's like a very safe pick, everybody feels comfortable on it. There isn't any particular obvious turn order advantage. And Gilgamesh, I guess it's a very old map as well, so we've seen a lot of games with Gilgamesh over the years. You know, we're going to see some more in Wargroove 2. And yeah, I guess both players really know what they're doing. Like, we're going to see swords harassing on the sides. You're going to see commanders just go for that recapture. I mean, there's a bunch of options here. You can go for a hit on the enemy sword, which is, I think, what Saykoya is going to do. They sent a sword up to support here. Skipping that back capture. And Mr.Cat just didn't send a sword up here. They went for that back capture. So this, I think, is going to put Saykoya in a really good position. Alright, commander's just going to walk back. And we're seeing, I guess, the more traditional opening from Mr.Cat, where maybe just like old school would be a better way to say that. Like, it's very much like this is the way people are opening for a long time. And what Saykoya is doing is like skipping that bit of income just to get some extra support over on this side has meant that they now have advantage on the map. They're going to be able to move their commander up for the forward. They're going to be able to put a lot more pressure on. And there actually was a knight crit lined up on Sedge, so yeah, if you go in on that, like, you're just dead. Early harpies from both players. They're just going to put on some air pressure. Knights are really strong on this map, so yeah, makes sense to support them with anti-knight units. And ooh, Saykoya builds an archer. And I was given a little bit of information before this set. I did hear that there were some archer shenanigans, so I'm looking forward to seeing what this does. And, right, Zawan's just gonna mirror their opponent. They kind of have to. You really cannot afford to fall behind on economy on this. And both players skipping the hideout, by the way. Neither of them particularly valuing it. And ooh, Saykoya is going to be very brave here. Take some chip damage off this village. Just straight up runs their army into a formation forwards. And I guess, you know, Archer sort of supports it a little bit, but there's some like interesting micro positioning here. Like the knight in the forest means the mage can counter crit any air unit that goes into it. Not seeing anything too wild just yet, and I guess like the big thing is that like Sedge is just being very aggressive here. Both players are just continuing to mirror each other, and ooh, Harpy finds an opening. Sedge is gonna go in on a low health spear. Okay, that's incredibly brave, and that is gonna be Sedge open on 3 sides. While injured, with 2 unit suicides nearby, 3 unit suicides nearby. But the big thing is, there's nothing really to punish Sedge. This knight is slightly out of position. The mage was out of position to deal with the harpy. So yeah, Saykoya finds a really good opening here. He's just going to exploit that. But meanwhile, Mr.Cat's taking a large chunk of the economy. So aggressive plays on both sides. Oh, that said, Golem is absolutely going to shut down this push on the right hand side. The dog being so far forward, that's really funny. Gonna go deal with that sword, I imagine. Saykoya is just kind of evening up the economy a little bit. That said, Mr.Cat's continuing to press forwards. They're going to keep having more money than their opponent. They clear up that sword. They knock down the village. There's no counter capture here. It's gonna take ages for this to become secure again. Yeah, you know, you've got a golem that's gonna do something, but I don't think it'll do enough. There's actually a knight crit lined up on this knight. Does Saykoya go for that? No, they're just gonna use the golem. And then the knight follow up? Eh, fair enough. Yeah, Golem only gonna take a tiny bit of chip damage in return, so might as well make the most of that. And now Sedge has tier 1, has an archer in position, so we're gonna start seeing some Sedge group come out. Oh, and a rifle! Okay, so the hideout did get captured. I just completely missed that. So much action going on this map. And Gilgamesh is a map that can get kind of stally at times, but we're not seeing that at all. Yeah, Mr.Cat's just gonna be very aggressive here. I don't think they want to deal with a Sedge that has groove. Oh, but they're gonna leave a mage in archer crit range? Ooh. I don't know about that. And just so much of this army is gonna be under threat of taking damage, but ooh, tier 2 from Zawan. That's gonna do a lot of damage. Gonna make a lot of this push very safe. But this archer can still get hit. It's up to Saykoya. How do they make this work? Okay, they're going to take down that first vine. They're going to start going for this counter attack. Gonna start seeing this stuff in the top right getting cleared up. Ooh, takes down another vine. Right, heals up the rifle, makes sense. Archer finds a pick. And yeah, Sedge just going to walk back, hit a vine. Makes sense. Doesn't want to have to deal with any of this. And yeah, you just kill the harpy and walk away, I think. Golem walks back into position. Doesn't actually hit anything. It's just like, I'm just going to reposition my golem. Not going to worry about anything to do with taking back this economy. I'm going to leave that up to these cheaper units on the top right. And oh yeah, we're going to see Archer getting picked up there. And that's a lot of pressure on the stronghold actually. Mr.Cat could make this a very short game. It really is just going to come down to, ooh, can Sedge hold on here? And that's so much pressure on the stronghold. Mr.Cat just kind of going all in now. Might even see a second Zawan groove, but obviously we're a little bit away from that yet. We're just going to go for that hit there. It makes sense, you don't want to injure your spear for no good reason. And right, can Saykoya make room here to do clearing? Sword gets taken down. Gonna see a hex come out. You don't want that vine because you want the rifle to shoot this sword. And I believe, oh, I think Sedge could have grooved there, but not gonna go for that. Balloon gonna be used to wall. Are we gonna see Sedge be the wall here? That might actually be it. And Sedge is safe on 2 sides, I think. I guess you could maybe open up a 3rd side, but nothing here can suicide onto Sedge. So it's just going to be Mr.Cat, I think, looking for opportunities to take out a bunch of units. And yeah, they're doing a lot of army damage here. They need to deal with this golem. Oh, it's in range of the dragon and it's on road. So I think that could just be a very dead golem. Air Trooper going to go in? I don't know if that's a misclick. I think that's just a dead air trooper. No, it's alive. Just want Sedge to be a little bit weaker. And yeah, you just take out the golem because that is not something you want to have to deal with. Worth sacking the dragon in this position because you have the economy lead. If only just. Got this extra corner village over here. And this positioning on the enemy stronghold is very strong, but ooh, Sedge is going to have tier 2 groove this turn, I think. Yes, he will. And that's going to be the start of the chain. And, yep, first one goes in. And I think Sedge is just going to do a ton of damage this turn. Takes out that air trooper. Ooh, damages the witch and finishes it off. And oh no. This is the thing Mr. Cat really didn't want to have happen. Because now Sedge, I think he actually could have picked up that sword kill as well. Just walked down, grooved, and then walked back. But maybe he figures that's a little bit too risky. But Mr. Cat's actually done pretty okay here. A lot of units that can get kills and keep fighting. And the unit count's getting low enough that they might be able to just keep pushing through, especially if Zawan gets another tier 2 groove, because the unit count will be so low that the vines will do a ton of damage. I think the big thing Mr.Cat needs to do though is they need to secure more economy. Somehow. They need to knock down one of these villages. If only because Sedge is just going to keep scaling more and more as the game goes on. And sure, the unit count's pretty low, but you can just keep doing sadistic rush over and over. Anything that like hits their opponent is going to result in a kill. And yeah, now Saykoya is actually taking the economic leads. And yeah, just gonna finish off the vine. Makes sense. It even just uses the balloon to wall. Yeah, it's just turning into a big trading of units, and yep, sensible decision, goes for a village. Really don't want to let your opponent hold the economic lead at all. Like, Sedge is so dangerous at the end of the game that yeah, you just need to keep pushing, and yeah, it sets up a night crit on this village on the left. Mr.Cat 25 minutes on the clock, Saykoya 28, so time pressure is starting to become a thing, but it isn't gonna be like the end of the game yet. And actually the units up here are so weak that just like capturing a village with a full health sword is gonna be a huge deal. Now Mr.Cat just putting one more pressure. Does need to pull back a bit, but it's just going to turn into, can they get an economic lead? Can they take advantage of the fact that Zawan is going to have groove again? Tier 2 groove at that, so that's going to do a lot of damage. And they have to do something with it. They have to get a lot of damage off of it. They have to make a big push. Otherwise, Sedge just wins over the course of a game. And I think, ooh, just goes for some damage on that golem. Tier 2. Gonna do a lot of damage again. Cuts Sedge off from the reinforcements. Golem's actually stuck. Has nowhere to go. And oh, this is actually a really nice trap. Can Mr.Cat get the win off of this? No, because the air trooper's damaged. So probably should have had a mage heal drop on that just to prevent this from happening, because now Sedge can just kind of run away. Oh, there's going to be so many gaps opening. He can take out this sword over on the right and the balloon will go down. And Sedge is actually going to carve a path through Mr.Cat's army to escape. That is so cool. I mean, obviously if you're Mr.Cat, this is not what you want to have happen, but I think a mage heal on that air trooper would have prevented so much of this. But he had to use the mage to capture the village. Oh, that's actually like such a difficult decision to be in. But yeah, now Sedge can just kind of make his way out. And oh, this is such a tough place to be in. Maybe you should just use the vine to hit the golem instead of the air trooper, or hit the golem with a vine first. I'm not sure, but we'll see how this follow-up turn is going to go. Golem goes down, so that's actually a pretty good trade. Mr.Cat going to get a lot of damage in this turn as well. Spear crit onto one of these knights. It's going to be really good too. And we're going to see the vine do some extra damage here. All these vines can do damage this turn. So can Mr.Cat get kind of optimal play off of this? I think you can get 2 vine hits on this mage. Yep. And 2 vine hits on Sedge. So that's quite a lot of damage coming in. Vines continuing to be annoying. And now, yeah, Saykoya, all they have to do is stay ahead on time and just carve large amounts of his army to pieces. And here we go, another sadistic rush, picks up a kill on a sword. More and more vines are just going to keep going down. Knight heals up. Oh, nice kill there. Runs all the way to the north. Picks up another kill on one of these archers. And the archers are so important for both players, actually. Ooh, that's a risky place to put Sedge, but drop some mage heal. Keeps it safe. Balloon behind as well. So only 2 sides open. Mr.Cat, yeah, they have to do something here. Doing chip damage to Sedge with these vines, probably not enough. The other thing Mr.Cat has to be wary of, and I think he's doing a good job with this so far, is Sedge Groove is also a really good lethal tool on Commander. You know, you're getting that extra 35% from range. Just has to be very careful. And we see the rifle come out from Mr.Cat. I think they recognize, oh, I need to like have options to win if this game goes long. Saykoya, oh, they're going to do a bit more damage. Resisted rush coming in again. They're just going to continue to do as much as they can. Oh, even finds a hit over here. I think Spear can go in and hit the archer. Are we going to see that happen? Yep. And yeah, Sedge can just kill the sword from the forest, I think. Only a couple units nearby. Yeah, there's a knight crit, but I don't think that's going to be the end of the world. Yeah, because only one knight crit. If there was like a frog to pull this one back, maybe it would be more threatening, but Sedge isn't open on enough sides. And the knight count, actually, looking at it from Saykoya, has gotten high enough that a lot of these are pretty threatening. He has to be so careful. And even just using the thief to just body block right now, which unfortunately is going to result in a nice target there for Sedge. And not only that, but also lines up a sword crit onto this mage. So yeah, we're just seeing Saykoya kind of pick Mr.Cat apart. And this is the thing, like, Tier 2 Sedge Groove is so scary. It takes ages to get it out as well. And the only reason Saykoya is able to get it is because of that push early that didn't work out. It just allowed for a lot of combat, a lot of groove building. This rifle has done so much work, just getting so many shots throughout the match. This is the second time it's had to reload. Being really cautious here with Sedge. That one, I mean, not a bad pick into Sedge by any means, but you're seeing the difference here between the two players, and I think Saykoya has just made like a lot of little turns and or little winning decisions every turn. Whether that was like sending a sword to reinforce this village more quickly so Sedge could be more aggressive, capturing the hideout a bit sooner so they could get a rifle to support. The one turn where there was a potential lethal on Sedge, even if it was like a 2 or 3 turn lethal, just able to find like little holes because of that. And yeah, we're gonna see, oh, Zawan doesn't die, but he's really close, and there's just not enough nearby to support this. You would have to drop like 2 mage heals on Zawan to keep him alive, because he has to get enough healing to be at that 35% range. Otherwise Sedge will just groove him, so yeah, he has to run back here. Oh, actually that's a smart play, kills the knight. Gonna see some stuff get cleaned up over here. Other knight goes down as well. Ooh, and actually Sedge is maybe in a dangerous position. Balloon's gonna be able to wall here too. And oh, did Saykoya actually overextend at the very end? I mean, I guess like he has the option to just kill this harpy, and Sedge is mostly safe. Only open on 2 sides. Using these villages very well. mean, that balloon can go down for sure. And I think as long as you kill off this mage, like, you can use your harpy more freely. And yeah, Zawan's got groove again. So we could see Sedge potentially in trouble here. Here's just gonna get killed. And I think, yeah, if you can kill that mage as well. Ooh. Balloon in good position. I don't know about hitting with a dog. You're leaving a target for Sedge to groove. And I think this is like one of Mr.Cat's big weaknesses this game. Is just putting units in place to Sedge groove, and then Sedge can kind of just escape. This is a ton of pressure on the stronghold though, so maybe it will just come down to whoever can kill their opponent's stronghold first wins. Oh, but he just gets in range to kill the spear. Oh, that's so unfortunate. If that dog hadn't hit Sedge, Sedge wouldn't be able to groove. Would have probably had to just stand and hit the dog. And oh, that's so unfortunate. Mr.Cat actually had the lethal there. But he just kept hitting Sedge when what you really need to do in those positions is just not leave Sedge groove targets. And it's so unfortunate because I think that actually might have just cost Mr.Cat the game. That being said, they might be able to just kill the stronghold here. And, oh, this isn't going to kill the dog, but it's going to get close. Ooh, I just don't know. This could go any way possible. Mr.Cat defending their own stronghold quite well, so they're going to be fine there, but I actually think Saykoya has enough here to do this up. And oh, even the stuff he isn't killing, Sedge is going to find his targets. Oh, Mr.Cat, I think you actually had it this game. It was really close on several occasions, actually, but Saykoya just able to find targets to groove. And every single time. Able to clear up a whole bunch of these units. Oh, use of the rifle at long range. Oh, that's so good. I mean, I probably would have just hit that rifle with my knight, but I think Saykoya is getting ready to actually end the game themselves. And Mr.Cat in this position, I just don't think they have enough yet. Zawan has to walk back. They've taken a lot of bad trades. They're just going to hit Sedge with the slow health dog. And they might even throw in the towel this turn. I would not be surprised. And yeah, that's just a tier 1 groove. Reloads the rifle, puts Golem in front. So game isn't over yet, but I think Dragon just walks across the map. You can see these vines getting cleared up. And there's no pressure on the stronghold now. Nothing can threaten. Like, I guess a commander can technically walk up and kill it very slowly, but not really an efficient game plan. Okay, and yeah, we're just gonna see Knight crit getting lined up onto the stronghold. It's not a particularly strong Knight crit, but oh, and the witch didn't hit the balloon? I don't know about that. I think that might have been a misclick. I guess you'd hit it with the mage anyway, but mage could have done something else that turn. And oh, this is just cruel. You're just getting extra hits on units just to like lower them to lower health and then use the Sedge groove. And you get dog crit. Oh, and Saykoya is definitely a person that has a spreadsheet full of all of these interactions and knows exactly what to do in all of these situations. And yeah, we're just going to see more and more sadistic rushes come out. And now Sedge actually going to be in position with the use of this rifle. Knight crit plus, actually there's double Knight crit here. Is he going to use both? Maybe. Could have actually just, you know, hit that with the mage instead. Wants to finish it with Sedge. And Saykoya takes game 1 in a game which could have gone either way. It's just... Oh, I think there were like 2 separate occasions where a tier 2 groove could have killed Sedge, and Mr.Cat just very much blundered a unit and opened up an escape path for Sedge on both occasions. And it's very unfortunate to see that, but Saykoya was good enough to play out of those positions, but oh, Mr.Cat could have had it. He really could have. This could have really gone either way. I think Saykoya was overall playing better, but oh, Mr.Cat just like needed slightly better traps. Didn't need to hit Zawan with the dog there. Like that, doing that let Sedge escape. He hadn't done that, he could have just used dog to trap. Sedge is forced to just stand there and hit the dog. So yeah, really well played there from both players, but Mr.Cat just like a little bit more, just like needed to make a couple little changes in their gameplay and they would have had that game. So yeah, really nicely done. And you can look at the score here, 60 to 41. I think vines are included in that, so not entirely accurate, but like yeah, like Saykoya was doing an amazing job, like as far as army to army goes.